So I think we just have a couple more questions that we had talked about in email briefly.
Alrighty.
One of them was, what is your dog transport program?
Okay. So, this program takes dogs from South Central Indiana and moves them across the U.S. to wherever there's not enough dogs.
Okay.
It started out in New England, and we've recently found more areas that don't have a lot of dogs up around the Chicago, Cleveland areas.
Okay.
So we've kind of moved up that way.
Okay. So you're bringing the pets who are looking for families to the families who don't have access to pets.
Exactly, yeah. It started in New England. New England, I don't know, 20 years ago, started really doing a lot of spay-neuter. And so then they were seeing the population of dogs drop, and so the people up there weren't finding the dogs they wanted. So then it made sense, because we were overwhelmed, that we would just drive them up there. So that's kind of how it started.
Okay.
Yeah, and fortunately we don't have to rely on that quite as much as we used to, because we have decreased our population here too. Yeah.
So is that related to this idea of breed rescue?
Okay, so breed rescue it's kind of similar. There are just about every breed of dog has particular group organization that rescues those dogs. So if we get in a purebred, say Rottweiler,
Okay.
and we don't think we're going to be able to place that dog very quickly, we'll call Rottie Rescue and say, we've got this dog, would you be interested? You know, there's several lab rescue groups around here, golden retriever rescue groups, German Shepherd. So it just, you know, a lot of times we can place those dogs pretty quickly, so we may not reach out to the rescue groups. But if that particular dog has a special need or something, a lot of times those breed rescue groups are better able to handle those kinds of things.
Great.
Yeah, we love them.
Yeah. That would explain why I noticed most of the dogs were larger.
We don't get very many little dogs in here, and I think it's because we're a rural community. You know, most people out this way are going to have big dogs, but we can also place little dogs really quickly when people around here are looking for little dogs, so we can usually find homes for them pretty quickly.
Okay, great. You say that you also offer behavior training. So what is that, and what does it involve?
Okay, so right now we're doing more enrichment than I would say we're doing training right now. We used to have a person on staff who was a trainer, and he's no longer here, unfortunately. So what we do right now is just try to ensure both the cats and the dogs have an enriched life while they live here. That's why we do the walks for the dogs every day. They often get those big Kongs or some kind of interactive puzzle to play with in their kennels. We do a little clicker training with the dogs and the cats. So right now we're really focused on, okay, this animal's going to be with us however long. Let's make his life here good. And that also helps increase their chances of adoption, because they're a little calmer. You saw that first guy there jumping around in his kennel. He needs another walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, those young adolescent dogs, they just have so much energy. You know, what am I going to do with this? And so getting them out often and giving them things to make their mind think is really helpful. Yeah.
So do you do anything to help, like, brand new pet families? Like, do you give like any sort of training or literature or anything out to people who are like, I've always wanted a cat or I've always wanted a dog, but I've never had one?
Right.
Do you help that sort of person as well adopt, or do you want people who have experience?
Oh, no. We'll adopt to anyone that is willing to give an animal a loving home, and we are more than happy to provide support. We do send home a nice packet. It's got one thing in it about how to introduce your new pet to his new surroundings and any other pets or children in the home. And then we reach out to anyone who adopts from us in a week with an email that says, how's it going? Is there anything you need help with? And so, we provide as much support as anybody needs. And if it's something that may be beyond what we feel like we can handle, we have a list of trainers that we would recommend.
Okay.
Yeah.
back to the question of out alive.
Mm-hmm.
How, I can remember growing up seeing ads on TV like, this pet has been here for 3 weeks and we have only one more week. Do you have a time limit that you give animals, or you try to keep them as long as you can until you find?
Yeah, we do not have a time limit, and that's kind of how you get to that 97-98% out alive, right? As long as it takes to find an animal a home. There's dogs here now. I think Dresden, that first guy, has been here 6 months. We love Dresden. If you go look at Dresden's video on his page, you will see he's a wonderful dog in a home, but he doesn't show well here. So those dogs take longer. You got to get somebody here that's willing to say, okay, I'm going to overlook this behavior in the kennel. Let's get him out and see what he's going to be like. In order to get to those high save rates, you've really got to say, we're going to keep this dog and cat until we find a home for it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I think that's it. The final question has still specifically the chocolate walk. Are there any surprises or things that you could give us hints about? Because it's the 10th year, and I think that's a big milestone.
It is a huge milestone. So one little thing we've changed this year is previous years we've had vote for your favorite chocolatier. Mm-hmm. This year we've said, okay, we want more shops to be able to win. So we're going to have 3 categories that you can win in. I think it's creativity, taste, and presentation. So that's going to be fun for the shops to be competing for that. Let's see. We've got some new shops on board this year, so that's going to be exciting for people, I think. And so, that's kind of what we're hoping, that it's going to be a really fun one this year. We're looking forward. 10 years, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years, but it has been.
Do you see this continuing for the foreseeable future?
I think as long as people are enjoying it and the shops are willing to participate, I think it's a win-win for everybody. Mm-hmm. One of the things when we first put this together is we wanted, so many times the shops get hit up for everything. Every nonprofit organization, every school project, they go to the shops and ask for help. So we really wanted this to be a collaboration where it helped them. And so that's one reason it's in November, because a town is not as crowded as in November, and we wanted to be able to pull people in on a weekend that would help them. So, I think that's probably, as long as everybody else is happy, we're willing to do it. Yep.
Well, thank you so much, Jane, for
It's
talking
been
with
fun.
us.
It's so nice to meet you.
Yes, so nice to meet you finally face to face.
Yes.
And I will let you know when this goes live. And, it's going to go live on the 11th.
Okay.
But we're going to be editing it and everything this week.
Okay.
So sometimes it takes longer than people imagine to edit video.
I tell you what, I do all of the dog videos, and I absolutely know what you say. It's a big part of the job. So what are you trying to get it down to? Like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
No, I'm content. We're gonna see how long this is and see when we can get it down to. I'm happy to do like half the video in one post and then do a midway. Not even wait till the next 11th of September, but do it in a couple weeks and do another one.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And then it will go on my YouTube page as well, and of course I'll share it on Facebook, Instagram, all those things. I'll share them. So
wonderful. Well, I so appreciate your help. You have been wonderful.
Thank you. I just decided to start doing something related to chocolate, because I'd always been a chocoholic, and it's helped me so much to learn about chocolate and to learn about charities connected to chocolate and companies and issues of fair trade and sustainable agriculture. All these things I've learned so much have helped me, and so I really see the blog as a way to help other people learn about chocolate. And because I think too often we just kind of discard it and we don't realize how much a part of our life it is. I mean, people might say, well, you can't give your pets chocolate, so why do this? Because people eat chocolate and people have pets, and why would you not want to make that connection? Absolutely. If you can help us through.
Isn't this wonderful?
All right, thank you.
You are welcome. Come back anytime.
Well, there you have it. There you have it, brothers and sisters in chocolate. Make sure you come to the Chocolate Walk in Nashville, Indiana. Remember to check our blog, and I'll also have information at the end of this video to tell you where you can go to buy your tickets and help support pets at Nashville, Indiana, Brown County Humane Society. Thanks.